Yeah, we're good.
All right.
This is gonna be a weird one, folks.
It's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be weird.
Episode 26.
It's 20 something.
20 something.
I'll double check that. But welcome to the new episode of the Would You Say podcast.
Right now, it's just me and Bubba because obviously time management is it's not a skill that I have because I was a half hour late, but we're actually recording an hour late, and I would say that Jay will be 2 hours late and Cal will be an hour and a half late. So
Boiling time. This is episode 26 of the Would You Say podcast.
All right, episode 26. So right before we started recording, you were going to tell me what was going on with the train station in the city. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, so last week we went to Rogan. Great show, by the way. Amazing show.
Oh,
it was fun. It was so much fun.
Awesome.
So
was it new material?
Yeah, it's a lot of COVID stuff. Like it's a lot. I'm like, all right, really? We've been joking about this for a year.
I feel like that's been like in everybody's bits.
It's gonna get really old really fast though, but
right, like because all these specials are gonna start coming out, and then everybody's gonna be talking about the same thing.
It's ridiculous. But I'll get into that in a little bit. There was a show within a show, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we take the train station from North Jersey, and that wasn't bad. The train ride there wasn't bad, but we got to the train station in Penn Station. I think it was Penn Station.
So, when did you get onto the train?
When?
Like, what station did you get on the train?
I don't know. It was North Jersey. It was like right.
Metro Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
So took the train there. It wasn't bad. I people watched, so there was like a crying baby. There like the usual suspects on a train.
Usual.
Get to the city. There's a homeless guy sleeping with 2 masks on. Like he's got 2 masks on, and then he's got a chin strap, like a mask chin strap. So he's got 3 masks total. The disposables, obviously.
Right.
Yeah. One woman was wearing like cheetah print, like everything.
Was she homeless too, or?
Might as well have been,
No,
but.
She was just Italian.
And we're off. No, but it was a good show. So there was this one woman. She was drunk as fuck. Doors opened at 7:30. Show started at 8:30.
Right.
So this one woman is stumbling through like a 7:45.
So let me ask you something. Did they let you have your phones inside?
No, they put us in They put them in the I forget what they're called. These bags, these little pouches.
Okay. And so do they lock and then they don't unlock?
It's a magnet, so I want you to try to think of like.
Oh, dude, I look like I just pissed my pants.
It's kind of like those the magnets that you get at the store, like on the clothes, that they have to take off. So like, there were these 2 kids or a group of kids, probably no older than 18. I promise. And the entire what?
At the Joe Rogan show?
Yeah, come on.
By themselves?
Yeah, come on.
Oh my God.
So we're trying to watch the show, and these idiots are trying to like open the pack or the pouches. That's all they're talking about the entire show. And I wanted so bad.
So they're not watching it.
They're not watching it. They're trying to get the thing open because it's. So the pouch. Hold on. That'll work for now. Anyway, so the pouch.
Okay.
We're flying here. The pouch opened this way, right? So it like opened this way.
Mm-hmm.
So the pin was in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to pry it open and get their finger through and pry it open. So that's all they're doing the entire time. They're trying to pry open this pin. They're trying to pry open the magnet. Oh, dude, there's 2 guys who did it 2 rows down. I'm gonna go. Just enjoy the show and shut the fuck up, please.
I don't understand that. Like, if it's new material, if you're lucky enough to have this experience to be there, like especially in the city.
Well, it's not even that. It's the addiction to your phone, and it kind of just point proven.
That too, but it's like, all right, like it seems like like that kind of like that age group, like everything, like if it's not on your Instagram, if it's not on your Snapchat, if it's not like whatever, like then it's like you didn't have the experience. Like you want everybody to know that you had the experience instead of like enjoying it for yourself.
So, and they're obnoxious about it too. Like, you know how some jokes it takes a story build up and then punchline.
Mm-hmm.
Story setup. They're talking. They're like screaming. They're like, "I watched the podcast." Like we all watch the podcast. We're all here because we watch the podcast.
Nobody at Joe Rogan's stand up has not watched the podcast. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So I'm like, come on, all right, whatever. So they were obnoxious about it, but the main event of the show within the show was this woman about 32, 33.
Terrible.
What? Terrible age.
Because you're talking about me.
No. So, but she was with this guy who was like 56, like mid 50s, sugar daddy. So clearly, because it wasn't her dad, he was grabbing her in a way that wasn't a dad grab. So, listen. So she's stumbling down the stairs.
Uh-huh.
We're like midway in the row. We're like middle row.
Okay.
And they're like 5 rows in front of us. Mm-hmm. So she's stumbling. She's like just knocking everything over. She fell on a chair and the chair flipped over. It was funny as fuck.
Was it fold-up chairs or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're on risers.
Okay, gotcha.
So security guard's like, is she okay? Like, didn't know. Like, obviously everyone knows she's drunk. You can see it. You can smell it.
Right.
And I'm watching this whole thing go down. It's right before the show starts. So I'm like, all right, cool. Mm-hmm. Lights are still on. And yeah, she's fine. So it was her, or it was him and a friend who was trying to hold her up and walk her to her seat. Oh, makes sense so far? So they're not sitting down maybe 5 minutes. He goes up to go get drinks while you're feeding a drunk more drinks, but okay. And you're paying $16 for a Blue Moon or Bud Light or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. Madison Square Garden prices. So.
Oh, with that MSG.
Oh. So she gets back up and then falls. Like walking, the drunk girl, she gets back up. She's trying to walk up the stairs, the steps, or whatever, and she falls. Like almost in the security guard's lap. If she was 2 steps up, she would have fell in the security guard's lap. Jesus Christ. So he has to like walk her back to her thing, make sure that she's sitting.
Stay?
Yeah, they let her stay.
Wow.
So I was taking bets on how long it would take for them to kick her out. I'm like, right after the first opener, Ian Edwards. I'm like, right after Ian, she's gone.
Who else?
So it was Ian Edwards. Rogan was the headliner, obviously, and then Tony Hinchcliffe. So it was Ian Edwards. Ian Hinchcliffe did I think he did a half an hour or 45 minutes, and then Rogan did an hour.
Nice.
It's not bad. It was nice. It was a good show. It was a really good show. And then on the way back,
I like Tony Hinchcliffe.
He's funny. He's raw. He's funny. He's really good. I'll tell you after the pod because it was kind of like,
off color.
Yeah, very. But it was a really good show.